So for me personally, it's hard to not feel bad for Ogryn. If you aren't familiar with them, they're actually humans. They're descendants from those who were on planets with much harsher gravity. It caused them to become much larger, but they're also a lot less intelligent. And while they're very proficient in combat, it was really easy for the Astra Militarium to recruit them because of how formidable they are. You have to wonder whether they're maybe smart enough to stand up or make the right decision for themselves. And recently, I saw a theory on Reddit that made this idea even darker to me. So this is from user Negativity 101. It was in a thread about dark aspects of 40k that people don't talk about a lot. It was around Ogryn. So he references it might be someone else's theory, so he might not be the original owner, but I'm going to share it anyway because it's the only source I have. So the comment says, there's another thing about Ogryn, and this is pre-imperial. So they are stated to be descended from prisoners on higher gravity worlds. Except under those conditions, they shouldn't have gotten bigger. They should have gotten shorter and stockier, like squats, not to mention the loss of intelligence. So there's a theory that they were altered in some way to not just make them bigger and stronger, but to make them dumber and more obedient. I gotta tell you, that makes actually a lot of sense, and I actually think it's really sad. Now think about it. Why would harsher gravity cause you to be larger? In fact, we know if an astronaut goes to the moon, their spine actually expands because the gravity is better. And they've measured twins, and one twin who comes back from the moon is actually taller than the other. So we know that that's not how gravity works. Now, it does maybe imply that the authors who wrote this lore thought through it, didn't fully think about all the actual scientific ramifications. They just were thinking, hey, if you lived in a harsher environment, you might evolve to be larger and thicker, and intelligence might not be as important. It would be more of your ability to survive. But knowing how dark 40k can be, is it really out of the realm of possibilities that some faction was experimenting on humans to make them larger and more obedient? Unfortunately, I think not. And if you take it a step further, Ogryns apparently have the intelligence level of like a child. So it's the equivalent of sending like a large toddler out into battle. And that is just terrible. Now 40k is filled with very challenging ideas like this, but to me, especially with this new theory behind it, it is even darker than I originally might have suspected. It's going to change how I look at Ogryns going forward. But what did you guys think about this theory? What do you think about Ogryns in general? I want to hear it down below.